welcome to the Touch Itself show with Toyin and the gang. Today we're having another exciting episode of the Touch Itself show, and we have a lovely guest in the house. But first off, we will quickly listen to Baba Shukura and we'll be right back.
Welcome. This na Baba Shukura radio drama.
What do you buy?
Na only rice and beans dem get, so I just buy beans and small plantain.
You no go fit eat am as e hot sef.
Dat na if she go even eat am at all.
Make dis sickle cell just leave our pikin now.
And wetin I just dey pray every day, every night. Na my prayer be dat.
And I try you. I find all the money wey Baba Tao say make I bring for the sacrifice. When I go meet am that time before we born Shukura, he tell me say some bad belle people dey behind this our pikin matter. He say dem wan make sure say dem kill our pikin once we born am.
No be my pikin dem go kill, God forbid.
That na why I do everything wey I fit to raise all the money for the sacrifice. As dem don try wey dem no get am till she don pass 2 years, now wey she don reach 3 years, I think say dem go just leave am. But no, dem still dey wan make sure say dem kill our pikin.
Lie, na dem go die first. All the people wey go try to kill my pikin, na dem go die first. Because nothing go happen to my own pikin. Nkonko onishomo mi. Lie.
I dey fear.
Please come in.
Good afternoon, doctor. Dem say you wan see me.
Yes, I asked the nurse to tell you that I'd like to have a word with you. Baba Shukura, look, I know that this is Africa and we are Africans. And of course, we believe in our traditions and culture so much. I mean, that's all fine. What's a bit worrisome is that sometimes we ascribe things that are not spiritual to the spirits. Instead of us to face the problem heads on, we will say it is the spirit. Meanwhile, it's not.
Wetin you dey talk, doctor?
One of my nurses in the ward overheard you and your wife talking about the situation of your daughter being spiritual. That there are some evil spirits, I suppose, who do not want your child to grow up.
Doctor, there are many of them.
Hold on, Baba Shukura. Are you saying that it is evil spirit that brought this upon your daughter?
Doctor, don't tell me you don't believe in evil spirit, though.
Look, Baba Shukura, no be say I no believe in evil spirit. Or spirits generally, whether good or bad. But the point where they make me say, your daughter's case is not caused by any of these spirits.
Doctor, that one no correct. You see, before we born Shukura at all, Naim Baba don't tell me say evil people no one make you grow old. They want kill am for small pikin.
Look, Baba Shukura, it is very likely say Baba don't see future and notice some turbulence in the journey of your child. But he is absolutely wrong about the course.
Okay. So, now wetin come cause am?
But you already know that now, Baba Shukura. I've explained it to you over and over again. Your gene and that of your wife now then cause this issue.
Maybe she be Abiku sef.
Come on, Baba Shukura. There's no such thing as Abiku. Look, take it from me today. What we often refer to as Abiku, now this genotype thing they cause am. For example, in this your case, if you and your wife now decide say una won't have another child without proper planning, you'll be giving birth to as many sickle cell children until you have to give birth to one that doesn't have SCD. When that one comes, that's when you eventually claim the child has stopped dying. Let me ask you, how many Abiku do you hear of in these days?
Well, I know the 2 year of them like that, Sha.
Exactly. That's because there are now medical solutions to enable anyone living with sickle cell to live as long as someone without it.
But Baba collect plenty money from me now. He promised me saying he will stop the evil people from killing my child.
Baba Shukura, if he really wants to help you, he should have stopped your child from having these many attacks.
Hey, doctor, I dey come. Baba Shukura, where are you going? Baba Shukura, take it easy, okay?
I dey come.
Ògún onírè ọkọ mi lákàáyé ọtí mọ́lẹ̀ olómi nílé fẹ̀jẹ̀wẹ̀ olájọ nílé ìgbìmọ̀ ìmọ̀ Baba Shukura, wetin you dey do with cutlass wey sharp like that inside the house of the gods?
No worry o. Once I cut your head now, you go meet the gods. Then una go talk one on one, and then dem go fit tell you wetin I dey do with cutlass.
Wọ́n ní sẹ́ òun wá ìfọwọ́lọ́wọ́ gbọ́ ìtàn fọwọ́lọ́wọ́ gbà.
Jọ́jọ́ máa jọ make I hear word ọgbọ́kọ̀ ọgọ́ni wo look just help me pack all the goats food drinks and money wey I don give you together now I no dey do again.
Baba Shukura, no na the gods na you give all those.
No tell me that nonsense. Which gods? Well, look, no let me vex pass this one o. Just pack everything give me now or I go cut your head.
Yeah. Okay. Shango Olukoso ọkọ aya. Sorry, I go talk. Make I tell you the truth. You see, the goat and the oil, na the gods na in dem collect that one.
Okay. So which one of your gods chop my goat so I fit kill am first before I come kill you?
Na this one.
Correct.
The head of my fathers.
Which other one?
Wait, abeg.
That was Baba Shukura, and today I'll be introducing our guest. Our guest is Peter Oshikoya. Peter Oshikoya is a genetic counselor. He's a graduate of accounting and also the project coordinator for W Rescue at Sickle Cell Advocacy and Management Initiative. Hi, Peter. It's good to have you here.
Good evening.
Good afternoon. Good evening, Peter. It's good to have you here.
It's good to be on the show. Thanks for having me.
Yes, how's the evening going?
Fine, thank you. That's good.
So we just listened to Baba Shukura. So I'm going to be asking you some couple of questions from the drama we just listened to. So first up would be, despite the prevalence of sickle cell in our country, Nigeria, many still don't know enough about it. Why do you think so?
Yeah, so I think this is so because a lot of people are still living in the ignorance because it is not related to them. So we have people who, because they are AA or because they don't have siblings or family members who live with sickle cell, they think it doesn't concern them. Meanwhile, it is something that concerns everybody, whether you live with sickle cell or not, to get to know what it is to have sickle cell or what sickle cell means, to be able to help anybody at any point in time, wherever they meet them. Because let me give an example. So you are AA, but you go somewhere, you see somebody who is in pain, and you see that, oh, this person lives with sickle cell. You know what to do for that person. Even if you don't live with sickle cell, you know, oh, this is where to go. This is what to do at the moment so that the person is safe. So I think this is because a lot of people still feel, oh, it doesn't concern me, and it is very wrong. We need to be concerned as individuals that knowing your genotype, knowing things about genotype helps us to have a safer environment.
Okay, so when we talk about genetic counseling, is it only people that wants to get married that are required of it?
Not necessarily, but it is important for people about to get married to go through genetic counseling. But anybody can be counseled because some people don't know what it means to have each of the genotypes, and it is important to educate everybody that, oh, okay, this is your genotype, and this is what it takes to have this genotype. This is what you could have if you are married to this person or you are getting married to this person. So everybody should be counseled so that you have a better knowledge of your genotype and the other person's genotype. So genetic counseling is for everybody.
We'll quickly listen to the community news and we'll be right back.
Welcome to the Sickle Cell Community News. My name is Adiola Joseph. On the news today, SAMI participates in maiden edition of National Arts in Health Week. Nurses worldwide celebrate contribution to humanity. The news info. SAMI participates in National Arts in Health Week, with beneficiaries cutting across preteens, teens, young adults, and parents. Sickle Cell Advocacy and Management Initiative SAMI during the week participated in the maiden edition of National Arts in Health Week. With its projects, mural paintings on the wall of SAMI Center displaying various art expressions, this is expected to inspire resilience, hope, joy, and victory in persons living with sickle cell and other people who visit the organization. Nurses worldwide celebrate contribution to humanity. Nurses all over the world are celebrating all week long their impact on humanity. The Nurses Week, which starts on Friday, 6th May, concludes on Thursday, 12th May, which is recognized globally as the International Nurses Day. Nurses shows great commitment and due diligence to ensuring good healthcare for everyone, including sickle cell warriors. This concludes the sickle cell community news for today. Kindly join us next week for a fresh package.
That was our community news for this week, and we're still talking to Peter Oshikoya. Hi, Peter. Welcome.
Hello, thank
So
you.
we're going to continue about the genetic counseling part. Can you please elaborate more on it?
Okay, so I said earlier that genetic counseling is for everybody. Now, genetic counseling is not, or genetics is not limited to only sickle cell. It's about all disorders, different categories of disorders. We have Down syndrome, we have autism, we have cerebral palsy, we have a whole lot of genetic disorders. And this is why genetic counseling is important, so that you know the peculiarity of each of the cases. Now, and for each of the disorders, there are different ways of management. So genetic counseling is not only for sickle cell, we have it for all disorders that are genetic, and we have a whole lot of them. So like I've mentioned, we have autism, we have Down syndrome, we have cerebral palsy, we have quite a whole lot of it. So genetic counseling helps you to understand the condition, its management, and the lifestyle.
Okay. So there, some people have this half truth and also misinformation about the disorder, which I know is a very big challenge. Can you please mention some professionals that can help give us the right information when people need it?
Okay, so we have
Where can we get these information from? The appropriate places to go, who to talk to.
okay, so for information, there are a lot of people you could get information for, but the key people to get information from when it comes to genetics is first genetic counselors. You have doctors, and when I mean doctors, we have specialized doctors who attend to people. Now, for blood disorders, we have your hematologist. Um, for say cancer, we have your oncologist. So we have different professionals. Now, I would generally say doctors, right? But doctors who are specialized in the different categories of management would be um, required for you to get the right information, because not everybody has the right information. Aside from genetic counselors, you have your doctors, your specialized doctors. Then sometimes, um, should in case you are given things to get, probably drugs, and maybe the drugs that your doctors wrote for you is not what they have in the pharmacy, your pharmacist can guide you on the next best thing to do concerning it. But it's important that for every time, probably maybe your pharmacist says this is what you should use, you can also get back to your doctor to find out if this will work for you, even though they don't have what is said. But your genetic counselors, your doctors, then we have people who can also help, who are professional counselors, right? That can help you in management now, because living with a genetic disorder comes with a whole lot of things. So it's not just the medical aspects that we need. We need counselors who can help you emotionally, who can help your mental state, and these are the places you get information as well to be able to live an optimal life.
Are there organizations where we can reach out to get informations like this?
We have organizations, there are different organizations that um, take care of these disorders. Now, for say sickle cell, we have sickle cell advocacy and management initiative that takes care of people who live with sickle cell, that help you, that give you the right information about sickle cell. Now, when it comes to cerebral palsy, we have um, cerebral palsy. We have the Cerebral Palsy Center, which is located at Aja, somewhere in Aja, and their phone number is 08033482792. It's located at Lakowe in Aja. That's where you get treatment for children who have cerebral palsy. Then you have sickle cell advocacy, who manage people who have sickle cell. Their office is at 22 via Mosul Street, Body Thomas, and the number to call is 08077828255. And we have different disorders.
Okay, so can you please run us through the number again? And this time we want to take it slowly so that people out there can have time to get their pen, get their phones, and take it down.
Okay,
So
so I said
yes.
the Cerebral Palsy Center that takes care of people, children who have cerebral palsy. Their office is located in Lakwe, Ibechuleki area, and their phone number is 08033482792.
Okay.
Now,
The one for sickle cell
for sickle cell advocacy, it is 22B Amoso Street, Board of Body Thomas, and the phone number is 08077828255, or you could call their call center 0700 7264 2273.
Okay. Thank you very much, Peter.
You're
So
welcome.
as a genetic counselor, let's assume that a couple who are both AS are intending to get married. How would you address them?
Okay, firstly, I would want to confirm that they both have the AS genotype by seeing their genotype results. And also, for me to be sure, I would request for another one to be done at a place where um, I believe would give me good results. Then, if I confirm the results, I would explain to them what it means to have this genotype, which is the sickle cell trait. Now, the next thing is also to find out from them if they've had family members who've had sickle cell or siblings or friends. Aside from that, I also want to know what have they heard about sickle cell, right? To be able
Okay.
to understand um, where I should start from in, in terms of helping them understand what they are getting into, because some people have a wrong notion about sickle cell and all. Now, the information I get from them would help me to give them the right information now, because genetic counseling involves giving the right and accurate information to people. Now, understanding their stand helps me go forward. So, for them who are both AS, after I've gotten the information I need, I would then explain what it is to have sickle cell, the possibilities that they have. Now, because they are both AS, helping them understand that if you are both AS, the possibility of you having an SS child is 1 in 4 at every pregnancy, because people believe it's different. Now, having a child that lives with sickle cell is at every pregnancy, which is for every time you meet, you could have a child living with sickle cell. So it's a 25% chance. And help them to know that there are options for them if they want to go ahead. Now, we have different options, of which I would just explain briefly. Now, one of the options for people who are both AS, the first option is adoption. You could decide to adopt. Now, the second option is to do prenatal diagnosis. Now, prenatal diagnosis is a test that is done when the, a woman is pregnant and the child is still a fetus between 14 to 17 weeks. It helps them to check the genotype of the child. Now, when the test is done, should the result be that this child lives with sickle cell, we then do counseling for them, how to manage the child, what to expect, what to do. Now, should the child not live with sickle cell, they're good to go. Now, some people, when they see this, some would can decide they want to abort, some can decide they want to go ahead. But our job is to give them the rights and the best information. Then the third one is pre-genetic diagnosis. Now, pre-genetic diagnosis is also known as selective IVF. Now, when I mean selective IVF, they tend to bring out the unaffected. After the IVF is done, they bring out the unaffected embryo and they put it back uterus to the woman. So the unaffected gametes, which is they pick out your A gene, or they want to pick A and S gene and put it back uterus to the woman. That is selective IVF. Then you have the option of using donor gametes, where the either the man or the woman decides to get either donor eggs or donor sperms from outside. All these are confidential and nobody would know, but these are the options available for them, for anybody should, in case they want to get married as an AS couple. But the key thing is that we give them accurate information and you do a follow, because genetic counseling is will not one off. It's something that there has to be follow up on them so that you are sure that things are going well.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. We're glad to have you on the Touch Yourself show with Toyin and the gang for today.
Thank you
And
for having me.
this, okay, thank you, Peter.
They say a child born with sickle cell can live beyond the age of 21. They say sickle cell is a death sentence. They say they can't hold a job or run a successful business, that they can't live a healthy, productive life. They say. But is this true? Join Tony and the gang on the Touch Yourself show.
We've come to the end of the show today. So basically, Peter said there are places where we can get information like this. I'm going to leave it in the chat box below and probably the phone number. So you go out there, you go reach out to them and all. And secondly, it's good that we ask questions from our doctor. We go out to reach out to people who understand these things and can put us through. So that is the end of the show for today. My name is Ono Deborah, and this is a Touch Yourself show with Toyin and the gang. Don't forget to follow us on our social media handle. On YouTube, it's Sammy Update TV. On Instagram, it's Sammy Updates. On Facebook, it's Sammy Updates. This is a production of Sickle Cell Advocacy and Management Initiative. Have a lovely evening. Thank you.